Have you ever wondered why certain people are always motivated, overcoming every obstacle as if they were roadblocks in a video game and others cannot seem to get going? Well, neuroscientist Andrew Huberman has figured it out, and what he's learned will completely change the way you view motivation. Simply be prepared to join us in a world of putting science into real-life action and unearthing that hidden gem that could help you stay motivated for good. Think of waking up every morning with a hungry desire to obliterate any obstacle that stands in your way. Here, leading neuroscientist Andrew Huberman reveals how, both interesting and concrete, his method could potentially explain why we are so often fighting exhaustion. Fundamentally, Huberman outlines his classroom work using what he calls top-down mechanisms. These are techniques in mind that help us ascend our psychology at the moment we tend naturally to rebel, as from stay in bed when it is time for upright and order. This resistance is what Huberman describes as a loud voice inside your head that tells you to stay in. But how do you silence that voice and just keep on going? That answer can be found in the way our brains function, specifically dopamine, that neurotransmitter chargeable with reward and motivation. Dopamine isn't the only variable at work, according to Huberman. Rather, it comes from the hope of victory, the experience that you are one step away from doing something that may lead to a win. The anticipation is what drives us and helps keep our foot down past the static friction eroding that urge. Huberman's commentary goes deeper when he speaks of lyric friction, a term, as it turns out, that really originates from Huberman, which describes the type of resistance we come up against in our brains and hearts. It is a wall of heavy friction dragging your effort down. To counter this, Huberman proposes using top-down control, taking deliberate action by engaging your prefrontal cortex, the brain's executive region, to navigate and bypass these obstacles. A very compelling part of Huberman's advice is his approach to delayed gratification. Delaying instant gratifications or comforts for larger future rewards results in a dopamine boost even prior. All this makes it so that just by busting out your planner or diarizing a scheduled future win, you can feel more motivated right now. This is also by design. Huberman stresses the role of neuroplasticity here. We all know what plastic is. Neuroplasticity is the exact same thing, only it's actually with your brain. The more you use top-down control or stab at laziness with a bayonet of friction, the brain is slowly learning how to fire on all cylinders and stay motivated. What this means is that after a while, your resilience can become almost instinctive. This is not to exclude the fact that, as noted by Huberman, battling through your lie-I-see friction and keeping up with motivation week in out isn't always the easiest. This usually involves having a deep insight into how your own mind works, and an ability to push yourself well beyond what is comfortable. The payoff is huge, though, a concentrated laser you. In other words, pausing at a red light to stay present is just another way of leveraging the limitless force in your mind for good. That is Hubermanism. This way you can convert motivation from an unstable feeling to a stable force in your everyday life by applying these scientific insights. If you've ever hit a slump in motivation, then Huberman's tactics could be the changemaker for you. To become unstoppable in your motivation, you have to learn how the brain functions and remove limiting beliefs. Tap into Huberman's wisdom and witness as your elusive dream of motivation becomes a powerful reality.